I'm so excited right now. I just saw a coyote, got a couple of great pictures of it, and now I can't stop looking everywhere just in case it comes back, and I just scared the owl away. Okay everyone, so I'm here today to talk about going out for the first time, your first trip out owling. It's May, finally. The earlier videos I recorded in January, so it was not quite time to be owling, but I thought I would release them before the owling season began, so you would have a chance to kind of learn how to get ready to go out into the woods and find your first owl. So I'm out here right now in a place where they like to frequent. They like to sit out here a lot, and the reason I know that is not only because I've seen them out here, but because you will see a lot of whitewash in this area. Whitewash is a fancy word for bird poop. You're looking for areas that have like a little scree of white liquid splashed on them, on trees, on rocks beneath trees. This is usually the kind of place where you would find that, not in an open area, because obviously owls will want to protect themselves by being able to hide in trees. So if you're looking for owls or owl pellets, if you want to do some dissecting with your kids, look for trees that have some whitewash on them, some bird poop on them. Usually beneath these trees you will find some owl pellets. I did a video about that earlier, and you will be able to see, to dissect them and to see the different bits of mice or other things that the owls have eaten that they can't digest. So it'll be full of bones and fur and all kinds of interesting things. So I was so intent on setting up a shot, and I had been distracted by the coyote I just saw, that I came out here to film the owls and you know, just me going out and watching the owls. And as I was talking, I scared one of them away. They like to hang out in this area right here, especially on this fallen tree. It's one of their favorite spots. It's one of my favorite spots. So it's an easy way to find them. If you're lucky enough to visit a place frequently, you might be able to see the owls' habitual roosting spots, the places they like to rest. They particularly like this spot because it's overlooking a field, and that's how I caught the coyote as well. The mice will run through the field at this time of day, and the coyotes and owls will just sit here and watch and wait for them to come out. So it's a good spot. So think about that, think strategically about the time of day that you're out, what the owls might be looking for, where they will be. They will always be trying to camouflage themselves. They'll always be like in a tree, someplace safe, and they'll always be, particularly at this time of day, they'll always be looking for their meal. Like this is about the time that they're gonna start getting active and getting ready to hunt for the night. So think about that, they will be in strategic places where they'll be able to find prey. So I'm on the other side of that tree now, as you can see its roots here. The owl was just up there, right on that branch when I got here, and I was not paying attention and missed it. I'm getting closer and closer to the field. You can probably hear the sprinklers in the background. But so far I think I've scared everything away, including the coyote. I came over here because I know this is another area that they like to sit in, and there was some whitewash on some of the rocks out here, and an old owl pellet that's been kind of, you know, crushed and, you know, in the snow and the rain over the last winter. So that's kind of just a pile of bones at this point, but I thought I'd show you this. There's this mouse bone right here, which is just amazing to think that this bone, as well as dozens of others and fur and all kinds of things, teeth, are all in that pellet, which is sometimes about this size, that they are able to cough up. Like this looks uncomfortable to cough up to me as a much larger being, and for them, they cough this up and a bunch of other stuff all wrapped up in that pellet. Very interesting. If you want to learn more about owl pellets, make sure to check out my owl pellet video. So I'm actually just a few feet away from the tree that I was just filming at, and I found the most amazing owl pellet. You've got to see this. Check out this skull. This has got to be a gopher, I'm guessing. Look at this. Like, this is huge. Can you imagine this plus all this other stuff that you can't see in an owl pellet that they coughed up? That's amazing. Found another little treasure. I'm pretty sure this is an owl feather. To me, I have a hard time distinguishing between owl and red-tailed hawk feathers. But in this densely wooded area right where I am, this is where they tend to stay. The hawks generally are over there. They don't like to cross territories. So I'm like 99% sure this is an owl feather. So all in all, it was a pretty successful outing today. Like I said, it's May. It's a perfect time to start owling. The owl babies, the owlets, are going to start coming out of their nest any day now. So I'm hoping to spot one of them. Didn't today, didn't all weekend. But it's just a matter of patience. I did see that cool skull. I got to get amazing pictures of a coyote. So either way, when you go out, don't expect to see an owl, but do expect to have a good time. You're gonna find things that you don't expect. You're gonna see all kinds of cool things. You might only see an owl one time all summer long, even if you go out every week. It doesn't matter. You're going to see all kinds of other treasures. You're going to find a bunch of different cool things. I mean, it's so fun to do. And I really encourage you to take your kids out, go out yourself, spend some time alone. And one of the best things you can do is just sit quietly and wait and see what comes to you. You never know. Have fun owling this summer. So I'm just in a place that was behind where I found the owl feather yesterday, and this is like ground zero for owl pellets. They're everywhere. Where's that pile of bones? It's a little hard to film this, I'm sorry. There we go. Bones. There's another one. You can see these are in various stages of, you might say, decomp. Not to sound like CSI, but as they sit under snow or in rainstorms, they will slowly disintegrate and all the bones will come out. Here's another feather. And behind that, underneath there, you can see another owl pellet. It's probably from last year, but it was protected from the snow. There's some in the bushes over there. You probably can't see those, but there's a ton of owl pellets out here. So this is just to give you an idea of where I look for the owls. As you can see, I'm in a really densely wooded area, but there's a field down below. And this is something you want to look for if you're looking for owls. Look for a place where they can hide that is just on the edge of an open space. The open space is where they're looking for prey. There are going to be tons of mice and gophers in a place like this, like out here. And it's going to be like a buffet for them. So look for places like this if you can, where there's a clearing or a place where rodents might run free. And the owls will generally be on the edge of that area in a wooded zone, like in a tree, in a bush, something like that.